This is the half-price tuition program that we are doing through the two stations, 98.9 FM and 880 AM. And it is basically just a way to help really generate new marketing dollars without actually having to spend any marketing dollars. So I wanted to give just a little bit of information about who we are. Salem Communications has over 100 stations in the United States. It's actually based out of California. But here in Columbus, we have two stations. We have 880, it's on the AM dial, WRSD. We've had it for about 30 years. I think it's actually a little over 30 years. And the format is kind of Christian teach and talk, very, very family-oriented. And then we also have 98.9 FM, The Answer. It is actually the only commercial news talk on the FM dial. And we have a lot of national hosts on there. Mike Gallagher, Bill Bennett, they are actually two of our Catholic hosts on there. They do a lot with that, very, very pro-family, pro-the church, and that is just a little bit about that.
Too, I might add that Bill Bennett, some of you may be familiar with him. He's written the Book of Virtues and very involved in the Catholic Church and is possibly interested in doing some endorsements to showcase the value on a Catholic education, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thanks for pointing that out, Megan. And for those who are listening to this recording later on, my name is Callie McInturf. I'm with Salem Communications, and Megan McLaughlin just chimed in, and she is with me as well, so you'll be hearing a little bit from both of us. So moving on, looking at just our audience profiles, they're fairly similar between the two stations. Again, just a more mature audience really on both sides, people who are educated, family-focused, homeowners, people who are really interested in what is going on in the world today. So that's really key, I think, on both of our stations. 880 does tend to lead to a slightly older audience. You see about 35 to 64 is kind of the average age there. So 98.9 actually lends to a slightly younger audience, about 25 to 55. And we actually have, I know we did a recent survey on 880 WRFD and some of their listeners, and we found that over 20,000 of those listeners, just really on that station alone, have children under the age of 18 living at home. And with a slightly younger demographic on 98.9 FM, The Answer, we can only assume that that percentage would be even higher there. So a lot of people who are currently involved with schools have kids that are involved with school. So again, that's why we feel that this is very good demographic for schools. So what is the program? Really, in a nutshell, the program is basically you would give us 1 year of tuition, basically a seat in your school that is empty. You have the teacher already, but that seat is empty. You have room for more students, but just no students to fill it. You give us one, and we sell it for half price. And in exchange for that, so basically it's a trade. In trade for that, you are going to get the full value of that seat, what that tuition normally would sell for, in advertising dollars. So, and you can use that to market your school. So I'll go more into detail about that. And Megan, of course, always feel free to chime in if you feel I'm missing anything or skip over something. So why do we do it? Well, Salem Communications, we are a Christian organization, and we have found that a lot of Christian schools really just don't have a lot of the funds to be able to advertise. And so we found that this is a really good way that we can partner with you just to really be able to help you grow. We have a wonderful outlet, a wonderful way to be able to reach a mass audience, and it is just a great partnership opportunity, but it's also a wonderful way to help your schools grow. And also, in addition, the half-price tuition is a wonderful way to bless families who may not always be able to afford the full tuition. At least sometimes I know families go through hardships. So, a student may come in, they might be able to just afford the half price and fall in love with the school and find out that it's a great fit and find another way to be able to pay it the following year and then continue on. So there's a lot of different reasons for why we do it. But again, it's just something that we felt is a good partnership opportunity, a good way to bless families. Okay, So how can it help you? Well, ultimately, there's several things. I have three main ones listed here. It can really help you increase your enrollment, really help get those numbers up, especially if maybe you're going through a slump, maybe you've had a lot of students graduate, you need some new people in those seats. Really good way to do that. Also with events, I know a lot of schools have different fundraisers, different opportunities to really raise some support. And a lot of times it's the main people who attend those events are people who are already very familiar with the school or have students or grandchildren at the school. So it's a good way to broaden that reach to be able to get to other people and other contributors, even just in the community, who may not have known that those events were even going on. They may already love your school, but just not know what all is available because they don't know any students who are currently enrolled. So that is another way we can do that. Also, we found programs like summer schools. A lot of schools are doing additional things through the summer, and again, they don't have really a lot to be able to market with. So this is a good way to get, again, more people involved in those programs. Also, just generating general awareness, letting people know about you. New people move to the area or are looking for schools, and sometimes they don't know where to start, and it's an excellent way to get your name out there. So I put down just a little sample marketing campaign just so you can see what we do. Really, if you decide this is a good fit for you, we will meet with you individually to really determine what your goals are, what you're looking for, what you want to get out of this, because this is really not a one-shoe-fits-all. Every school is different. Every school needs different things. So we are prepared to work with you on an individual basis to really help you in however you need. So we will actually work to develop custom commercials. We have an excellent marketing team here, excellent production team, and we can really cater it to your individual needs. Also have an example of kind of what it would break down. So right here I have that you donated two $6,000 tuitions that were worth $6,000. So we would sell those for half. So we would probably sell those for about $3,000 a piece. But you're going to get $12,000 worth of marketing dollars. So that would actually buy you 12 weeks worth of advertising with 30-second messages. And you can break that up. You don't have to do all 12 weeks all at a time back to back. If you have a couple different events like a fundraiser or a sporting event or something like that going on, you can use those however you want. We will work with you. We will advise you as to how long a good campaign is, what typically the amount of messages you need to be able to reach a quality audience. We can work with you on all of that. That's what we do. So that's just a sample. And then also, something we're doing just as an added service to people who are participating in our half-price tuition program, we are going to be hosting on Saturday, January 18th from noon to 5, a half-price tuition expo. So this is only going to be for people who are in the half-price tuition program. Schools will have the opportunity to come out. It's going to be at Polaris Fashion Place, and each school will have a table. You can display it. You can really have fun with it. But it's also something that we are going to be promoting on air beforehand. So we'll be doing a lot of promotion. I know the mall is actually going to be promoting it as well. And you definitely have the opportunity, if you know of any students, any parents who are interested in learning more about your school, who've kind of been talking about it, been thinking about it, but maybe haven't, pulled that trigger yet. It's an excellent opportunity to really be able to connect with them. And then Saturday, it's January, it's cold, there's not a lot to do outside. Good time to come in and shop. So it's going to be right around the play place if you've been in the mall, pretty high traffic area. So again, it's a free promotion. It's a good opportunity to represent your school.
And too, Callie, okay. And we will be doing live cut-ins that day on location over the radio. So we'll be doing so much promotion. It'll give you and your school a lot of visibility and a lot of traction.
Very good. Yeah, thank you for adding that, Megan. Forgot to mention that. Okay. So some of the commonly asked questions, because we started doing this fall and have had just tremendous success with it. So we have heard some questions. We know some different thoughts come up with this. So hopefully we can try to answer some of those for you here. So why should you add a student for free? Well, that is an excellent question, but in reality, you're not adding a student for free. It's actually trade. So in exchange for that empty seat, that seat that was probably going to be empty anyways because you didn't have a student enrolled to sit there, you're going to get advertising dollars. You'll fill that seat with a student who bought the half-price tuition, but then you'll get to market your school altogether however you want. And then keep in mind, like I was starting to mention a little bit earlier, a lot of times I know we find that a student may come kind of try out a school. Well, most likely that student's going to fall in love with your school and want to keep going. So although that student may pay just half price for 1 year, there's a good possibility that they will not only continue to go, but they may have brothers and sisters who are coming with them that are paying full price. So again, there's a lot of different ways that this works, but you're not adding a student for free. Also, I really want to point out that by doing this, really these two stations, it's really an excellent opportunity for you to market to the largest Christian audience available really to you in the Central Ohio area, just because of the numbers of people that we're able to reach and the quality of people we're able to reach. So it's a neat thing to keep in mind. Okay, so how does this benefit your school short term? Well, there is a lot of free promotion up front. We are going to be talking about it. We're already talking about it. And you are going to have your logo on our website, and we will be mentioning your school directly over the air just during the promotion, both of your school and just talking about this whole expo. And that is going to happen right away. The moment that you sign up to do this, it is going to be effective pretty much immediately. Your school is going to be listed on our website. You're going to have your logo on there, contact information, all sorts of links to you directly to your website. Also, we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to talk about your school and give a little more information for people who may not already know a lot. So we do request that you come up with a minimum of 50 words to talk about your school. Just tell people about it. And you will also get name mentions in all the promotions we do of your school. And we can do interviews on either one or both of our stations. Okay, so how about the long term? What does that look like for you? Well, if your school participates, you have the following year. It says in here it's an academic year, but you actually have a full calendar year to use your on-air package, your ad campaign. You can really, break that up however you need to. Again, like I said before, we can definitely advise you as to really some of the good ways to do that, but we will work with you individually to really meet your needs, really try to make it as productive for you as we possibly can. So I gave kind of an example of a way that you can use it. For example, like a summer school program that is a wonderful just community service, a good way for you to get some additional revenue for your school. But a lot of times you may have those empty seats. I mean, we kind of talked about this before, but you could use your ad package, your ad campaign, really to promote those summer programs, kind of bring in additional students, get new interest in your school, but also bring in some additional revenue. So that's just one way that we've seen people use it. There's a lot of different ways. So who does the parent pay? Well, the parent actually is going to pay Salem Columbus directly. It is going to be posted on our website, and we do have a specific landing page for this program. Half Price Tuition has its own website. It's excellent. If I have some time, I'll try to go through there and show it to you here in just a little bit, kind of show you the breakdown of it. But basically, you are going to give us that tuition. We will sell it, and we will basically keep that money, but you will, in exchange, get that full price. And it's very important to know this is not a no refund. If people find out, because we want you to be able to still have your admittance requirements. We know that a lot of, especially private schools, go through a process. There's a reason that, you have the school that you do, and so you want to be able to maintain that. And so we certainly want to respect that. And so for any reason, if a student comes to you, they've bought the half-price tuition already, and they don't meet those requirements, we will give them a full refund. So that's not going to be an issue. And in that case, if we have to give someone a full refund, that tuition would just pop back up on our website again. So it would be available for someone else to purchase. It's basically just going to be a voucher that they get. So there's really not that much that has to be done in that process. All right. Another question that I've heard from a couple different people. A lot of schools, especially private schools, allow monthly payment. I know you wonder about the fact that this is going to be a full payment up front, and you definitely don't want it to be a hardship for parents because a lot of people wouldn't be able to do it possibly if they didn't have that monthly payment option. Well, here's the thing. They're only paying half price. It is true that we do require that all up front for those vouchers, but it is still really just such a significant benefit, such a savings, that we found that a lot of people, if they have to borrow from a family member or even put it on a credit card and kind of make some monthly payments that way, even with some interest charges, they're still saving a significant amount of money because of the fact that they're getting the tuition for half price. So just something to keep in mind. We're not trying to be difficult for parents. It's just the way that we're able to offer this. We do require that full upfront payment. Okay. So you may say you can never offer half-price tuition because there's so many parents who would probably want to take advantage of this. I mean, who wouldn't want to take advantage of the half-price tuition? And we know that your schools can't operate on that half price. So how is this different? Well, it is for new students only. Current students who are enrolled in your school, they are not eligible for this. So that is one of the restrictions that we have in place. Also, only one voucher per family. So like I said before, Timmy may want to be, at your school, but Timmy, he may have 2 or 3 siblings who also want to come to the school. Most parents don't want to drive around to a bunch of different schools, so you only have to worry about one student from a family getting that half-price tuition. So, again, you're not going to have all of your students in the school doing the half-price tuition. And also, you have the option. You have a choice of how many of those tuitions, how many of those empty seats that you would allow us to sell.
And the other thing, too, is that they aren't paying you. You're trading it out with us for marketing dollars. So since everything is being paid to us, it's our program, not yours. So you can the schools who have partnered with us for this program in the past, they really haven't had any problems with this. There's been nothing negative that has come, only really positive things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were actually on a conference call this morning with a couple other of our sister stations in different parts of the country, and I know there was a school in Boston, a Catholic school, that did this program last year, and when they started, they desperately needed students. And she said that now they actually have a waiting list for families to get into the school. So really, there really is no better way to get really the advertising dollars like this. I mean, the amount of money that you can get to be able to promote your school, you really just can't beat it. And again, we really want to partner with you. We want to make sure that it is a good fit and, work with you on your individual needs.
The other thing, too, is that a lot of Catholic schools in Boston and a lot of the schools we've worked with here have actually given names of students who they know need the help to us. And we have essentially then sold those tuitions to them, because the benefit for the school, for you guys, is to sell the tuition so you get your marketing dollars. Because once those sell, then your $6,000 or $12,000 is then activated for you to then promote your school. They can come from anywhere, and a lot of schools have just known families in need who could use that and referred them to us, and we can sell that to them directly. But there's kind of a no-lose situation here, because if they don't sell, then you just gotten a lot of free promotion from us, because we're going to bring people from the school on to interview, to talk in depth about the school, and we're going to use all of our resources, social media, Facebook, Twitter, and radio commercials to promote and sell those, and that doesn't cost you a thing. So there's absolutely no cash investment. So if they don't sell, then you've just gotten free promotion. And then when they do sell, then you get $6,000 to $12,000 to $20,000, whatever you decide to trade, to use to market your school where you wouldn't have had in the past. So that's really the benefit. And the mission, like Callie said, for us is this is a Christian company. We believe in the mission of Christian and Catholic education, and it's important to us to be able to see that through, and we see the value in that.
Mm-hmm. And I know both Megan and I, when we were, many years ago, when we were in school, we both went to private schools. And I know, Megan, you went to a Catholic school, didn't you?
I did, all girls.
Yeah. and I went to a private school as well, and I think we both know just the value of that type of education. So we definitely believe in what you're doing, and we want to work with you on that. I want to show you really quick the website. Let's see here. Here's our website. This is 98.9 FM The Answer. So right up on our website, you see those Give the Gift of Education that pops up. So this is the half-price tuition website. So it talks a little more about it, talks about how it works. We also have a map on here. You'll see that has a point of all the schools that are currently doing the half-price tuition program with us. And so you can see right where those are. And then if you scroll down, it has different schools. It has the different schools that are, currently available, talks about the different type of tuition, their address. But then if you click on one, like here's Northside Christian School, it has just all sorts of good information. I mean, here you're getting pretty significant discount on that. This one actually sold already. But you see you have a picture of the school. I mean, all sorts of good information, links that people can connect on to be able to learn more about the school, go directly to your website. It has a statement of faith in here. There's some of their students. And so you can even put your terms and conditions in here as well. So like here they, made a note that the voucher covers tuition only, so students may have some, additional fees. There's all of that. You really have a lot of opportunity to make it your own, to make yourself stand out and help people be informed. I think that pretty much covers it. So for anyone who would like to know more about this or like to know how we could design a program specifically for them, I put my information on this last page here. Really the next step for anyone I think would be to set up a meeting so we can talk to you about really what the best step, best approach for your individual school would be. Talk about possibly how many different tuitions you would like to trade. We can do just one. We're able to really work with whatever you have. We really want to work with individuals. So here's my information, and let me know if there's anything I can do, any way I can help.